You weren't supposed to find this. These stories were meant to stay hidden. True crime, paranormal encounters, mysteries they can't explain. But you're already here. Welcome to my channel. I'm Empig. Join me as we unravel the unexplained.
Long ago,
In the Mediterranean, sailors first witnessed the mysterious glow that would come to be known as St. Elmo's fire. Named after St. Erasmus of Formia, the patron saint of sailors, this phenomenon was believed to be a sign of his protection, especially during storms. This glow was seen as a beacon of hope, guiding sailors safely through the night. As maritime exploration spread, the legend traveled with it, eventually reaching the Philippines. Here, the Santelmo became part of local folklore, especially in rural areas and places with a rich tapestry of mystical tales. The locals came to see it as a paranormal presence, a ghostly light that could either protect or mislead those who encountered it. Thus, the Santelmo became a fascinating blend of history and myth, connecting cultures across the world, from the Mediterranean to the islands of the Philippines. It's a timeless reminder of how human beings have always looked to the skies and the unknown for answers and guidance. In the Visayan region of the Philippines, the Santelmo is often believed to be the restless souls of those who met an untimely or tragic death. This belief is rooted in the deep spiritual and cultural traditions of the Visayans, who have a rich tapestry of stories about the afterlife and the spirit world. When someone dies unexpectedly or unfortunate circumstances, their spirit is believed to be unable to find peace. The Santelmo, in this context, is thought to be their wandering soul, a spectral light that appears as a sign of their unrest. This connection to the after is also tied to the natural environment of the Visayas, a place with lush landscapes, mysterious waters, and a rich tapestry of spiritual beliefs. The eerie glow of the Santelmo, seen in the darkness, serves as a poignant reminder of the delicate balance between life and death, and the belief that some souls linger a bit longer in our world before finding peace. It's a beautiful and haunting layer to the legend, showing how different cultures weave their own stories into universal phenomena.
It was an ordinary weekend morning in the early 1970s, quiet, slow, and wrapped in the gentle stillness of Sitio Igburay in Barrio Indaluyon, Iloilo. The sun had barely climbed, and the air still carried the cool breath of dawn. Inside a modest home, two siblings noticed something small, yet urgent. Their clay water jar, resting on the bangarahan, stood empty. No water, no choice. Without much thought, they lifted their long bamboo containers, bayong kawayan, hollowed, worn smooth by years of use. Long enough to stretch beyond their height, they carried them the only way they knew, balanced across their shoulders, one end trailing against the earth. And so they walked, through narrow paths, through tall grass whispering in the wind, toward the river. The water was still when they arrived, too still. Then, light. At first, just one, a faint glow hovering near the riverbank. Then another, and another. Small floating orbs, flickering like living fire. The siblings froze. Santelmo. They had heard of it before, the wandering lights that danced where they shouldn't exist. Curiosity held them in place longer than fear. But then the lights began to move. They bounced, shifted, darted back and forth, as if alive, as if aware. The air changed. What once felt like wonder twisted into something heavier. Closer. The lights drifted closer. One of them rose, slowly, deliberately, until it hovered just above the youngest sibling's head. A sudden stillness. Then darkness. She collapsed. The world fell silent. Only the faint glow of the orbs remained. Watching, waiting, the older siblings stood frozen beside her, too afraid to run, too afraid to look away. Seconds stretched like minutes. Then, just as suddenly as they appeared, the lights vanished. Silence returned. The river breathed again. And slowly, the younger sibling opened her eyes. Alive, unharmed, but shaken. No words were spoken. They didn't need to. With trembling hands, they lifted their bayong kawayan, still empty, and turned away from the river. This time they didn't walk. They ran. Through grass, through fear, through the pounding of their own hearts, until the safety of home finally came into view. That day they returned with no water, only a story. A story they would tell their parents, their voices still and steady, about the lights they saw, the ones that moved, the ones that watched, and in the quiet corners of Iloilo, where rivers run deep and nights go darker, some still whisper about those lights, the ones they call Santelmo.